Another massive Gen Z movement in India is reaching its boiling point. The triggers are all too familiar. Widespread paper leaks in the NEET National Medical entrance exam and the tragic suicides of nearly 20 students, driven to despair by a compromised system. Prominent innovator and activist Sonam Wangchuk went on a hunger strike to demand accountability, only for police to clear him from the peaceful protest. Then you would Jantar Mantar on his 21st day and force him into a hospital. By June 20th, desperate protesters attempted to march on Parliament, demanding the resignation of Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. Here is my honest perspective. No matter how intensely we protest, no matter how many young lives are sacrificed, and no matter who resigns, the system simply does not care. It is built to endure, not to change. If one group of governing elites is forced out, another group immediately steps in to take their place. They inherit and operate the exact same broken, corrupt, and oppressive apparatus. Behind these visible politicians stand the non-governing elites that entrenched. Bureaucrats, coaching cartels, and hidden power brokers, who stay out of the spotlight but control the board entirely by backing whoever holds office. The governing politicians are just the face of the machine. They are Napoleon the pig from George Orwell's Animal Farm. That is the reality. I've come to realize we saw this exact pattern unfold during the July 2024 revolution 2 years ago. Back then, we filled the streets with high hopes for genuine, systemic reform behaving, just like the idealistic animals on Manor Farm, after driving out Farmer Jones. 2 years later, what will we actually have to show for it? The exact same system, the same corruption, the same nepotism. Nothing truly changed, only the faces at the top. Parliament has devolved into a circus where most MPs act like clowns, trading ridiculous insults and making a mockery of governance while critical. Public crises are ignored. Worst of all, many of us have turned into the cynical or compliant animals from the book. We act like Boxer, working ourselves to exhaustion for a windmill of reform that never gets built. Or like Squealer's audience, desperately convincing ourselves that we are happier, now simply because we went through a revolution. We swallow the narrative that the current regime is democratic, while the previous one was fascist, even when the reality on the ground feels identical. That is the bitter truth. The regime changes, but the slaughterhouse remains open.